Hello, my most amazing artist. Today we are going to be working on a pumpkin patch scene, but we're going to draw it today and then we will add glue to create some texture. So this is what mine looks like. And you're going to have 3 full pumpkins and 3 half pumpkins, or pumpkins that are going off the page. You're going to add vines, leaves, and when you're totally done, you are going to use glue to outline all of your lines. And so it creates this nice texture on your paper. Next week, we will color these with chalk pastels and make them really look three-dimensional. So we have a flat piece of paper, but once we color them, we are going to add a lot of form to our pumpkins. All right, so let me show you what some of these look like when they're finished, and then we'll get to talking about how to create this. To begin, you're going to need a pencil, Sharpie, Elmer's glue, and a tracer. You're going to trace it 3 times. This is going to create 3 full pumpkins on your paper. I will provide the tracer for you. This one says number 24, so you will get the tracer that corresponds with your classroom number. Now you're going to trace it 3 times going off the paper. So these will be your 3 partial pumpkins. Next, you will draw the stems. So I'm just sort of drawing a square or a rectangular stem, so you can make these as big as you'd like. Next, you will take your black Sharpie and start outlining your stems. Don't outline your circles, just your stems. Watch what I'm doing. I'm going from the stem and I'm curving around to make my pumpkin shaped. You want to, it's almost like you're looking at the pumpkin from overhead. So I'm starting at the stem and I'm curving my lines around to create the side and the bottom of the pumpkin. Next, you will draw vines and leaves, but be sure that you don't draw these too thin, because when you trace them with glue, it's really hard if you have lines that are really close to each other. So make thick vines and thick leaves. Now check your glue, make sure it breathes. When you glue, you need to be very careful. You want to keep your glue bottle close to the paper, but don't press the tip onto the paper. Sometimes I will press the tip onto the paper when I'm done with a shape. So at the very end, I will press it down to cut the glue off. But if you hold your glue bottle way high up, it's going to be a huge mess. So try to just trace over your black lines with your glue. If you do not have glue, I will help you with this. When you're done tracing over all of your black lines with glue, just set your paper over to the side. You do not want to hold it up because the glue will drip. If you're having trouble getting too much glue on your paper or too little glue on your paper, raise your hand and I will come by and help you. At the very end of class, when we clean up, once you hear my alarm, I want everyone to stay in their seat and I will call you by groups or by table to come and put your art project on the drying rack. These will need to dry overnight and then they'll be ready for next week to color with our chalk pastels. All right, have fun. You should be taking a lot of time on the glue part. It's a little bit difficult, but you guys have all done this before if you've been at Bagley, and I know you can do it. Let me know if you need any help.